during the day, they take us out, interrogate us, bring us back in, and you're in a cage. Like, you have nothing. You have no stimulation, you're locked. Like, you go crazy at some point. Like, let me out. I want to live my life. I have things to do. I shouldn't be here. I've done nothing. And, one of the things I would say, there's another two miracles that happened to us in there. The first one I'll say with our tefillin, the only thing we had on us was tefillin. When we gave back all this stuff, when they asked us to take this and that, we said no to the shoes and no to the tefillin. So we kept our shoes on, and we fought them, and because we fought them, they just let us be, and they kept our tefillin. So every day we would put tefillin on, and Noam had one of the Shema packets that you get from the Kotel, that on the back of it, there's an English that says, in the Talmud it is written that when you wear tefillin in times of war, you strike fear in the hearts of your enemy. And so we read that, and Noam's like, listen, we're planning to do a protest, let's do it with our tefillin. And so we put on our tefillin, and they come to get us for the interrogation. And the guy looks at us, and he's like, what are you wearing? What is that? I was like, oh, it's called tefillin. It's our religious item. We have to wear it today for spiritual reasons. He's like, oh, because when I saw it, you scared me. Like, the first thing he says is, you scared me. And, no, but we were like, we were not crazy, so they could tell that we were not.
You guys weren't giving them problems.
No, we give problems in the right times.
Yeah,
that's the key. Give
but
problems
reasonable.
In the right
like, I'm not eating just kosher.
Like, I'm gonna, if you touch me, I'm gonna fight you back. But like, if you cross the line, not just for anything, to see that you don't mess with me after a certain line. There are certain things that you respect.
Put the boundaries.
So, yeah, and I was always keeping them on their toes, always like showing them like, you're not going to treat me as an animal. I'm not lesser than you. So, for example, after they take us with the tefillin, for the first time, for some reason, they bring us to an elevator. And we go down to the lobby floor, which is where we're planning to do like a big protest and screaming, because there you have civilians, you have people higher up, and we want it to make noise. This is the path to go to the interrogation. That's where we chose to do it. And so they take us down instead of the stairs for the elevator the first time. And we're on the third floor. And so I see 3, 2, 1, -1, -2. And so I'm like, sorry, -1, there's no -2, just -1. Okay, so it's just the basement floor. And I ask him, I'm like, so what do you have on -1? What do you do over there? Like, are you keeping prisoners there? Are you torturing people? Like, I'm like, talking to them. And he's like, need to know. And like, he's basically saying, you don't need to know, like, he thinks he's funny. And so the other one like starts laughing, like, ha, he got you. And he's like, do you know what need to know means? I'm like, yeah, I get it. Need to know. I don't need to know. Like, you think you're funny that you're not going to tell me as if I don't need to know. That's fine, because I was going to tell you what's on -2, but now I'm not going to tell you. He's like, what's on -2? I was like, don't worry about it. Need to know. So it's like constantly like showing them that
they're slick, but they don't know Miami.
Constantly showing them that we're sharper than them. And so they take us down, and finally, like, we have our tefillin on, and me and Noam, like, very loud say, let us go. This is illegal, violation of human rights. There's no way we're staying like this. And it took like 30 people to jump on us and pull us. Like, Noam's tefillin were like all the way down after. Like, we really put up a fight, and they threw us back into the cage. And this like created a whole big noise all over the prison. Everyone was talking about us, which was the purpose of doing that. And definitely made a lot of movements that would have happened later on and not sooner if we hadn't done that. And they keep us then 2 days in the cage without going out, with no food. They like punish us with no food. There were times where they would keep us in the first cage, and they came and they painted the whole entire room. And they made us stay in like painted room, like we're like suffocating, like we can't breathe the whole night, like we're like this, you can feel your throat like sore, like you're bloody, like inside, it's burning inside, afterwards. There are a lot of things that they did like that.
Welcome to the club.